Star Citizen just launched its biggest update to cargo and inventory ever on the test server. I was expecting to hate it, but honestly, I kinda like it. It feels like it mostly works with Star Citizen, and it's pretty cool for you to go to your personal hangar and see all your items, ships, and maybe even an army of Picos that you may or may not have left there. There are some glaring issues that hopefully have some easy fixes. Before this update, there was a magical bubble around every outpost. Sometimes it was 1 kilometer or sometimes 30 kilometer for big stations or landing zones. You'd press I and you'd have access to your entire inventory magically wherever you were at. So if you were at a spaceport and you see an item, you would buy it, press I, double click, and that item is now on your body. However, with this update, if you want to buy that same item, you have to go to the Galleria, buy it, find an inventory console, which to be fair are everywhere, select the item you want, move it to the drawer, and then open the old inventory system to now equip it. I just feel like this is one too many steps and isn't cohesive with the new inventory and looting UI. So this is what I would do to improve these new systems. In the new item terminals, I would completely get rid of this drawer section, replace the top half of the screen with the local inventory, and the bottom half with the new inventory system. That way you can just drag items onto your body as long as you're in front of the screen, cutting out the need for the old repetitive inventory screen as well. Also, let's talk about loadout times. It's about to start taking a lot longer to get loaded out into your ship into a mission. A good way to cut down on this would be armor kits. And no, I am not talking about real money kits on the pledge store. I am talking about in-game kits you could buy with in-game money at stations and landing zones. Kits could come with a weapon, armor, a few magazines, and maybe a few med pins. And if CIG wanted to take it a step further, you could even have kits that were unlocked with rep, like a mining kit or a trading kit or a heavy armor combat kit. And if that's too much, at least give me favorites in the shop so I can build my own kits and quickly buy everything. Either of these are a good solution that keeps the immersion, but gets you back into the gameplay quicker. Number 2 is the looting. And you might be saying, Berks, forget kits. Maybe the goal of this update is to keep you out of the shop. Maybe looting is the solution to this. The only problem? Looting is in a weird spot even in 3.23. While you can make good money doing it, you need to loot a cubic ton of stuff to make money, which is why you have to carry a box around with you. And to be honest with you, I don't even know if CIG really wants us to be carrying these huge boxes around into bases to be looting. And maybe they are, but if that's the case, then CIG should add proximity looting, where if I'm within 3 to 5 meters of one of these boxes, I can use it and drop stuff into the inventory from the inventory looting screen. Sort of like DayZ. Because looting in 3.24 requires you to loot one item at a time since there's no UI option for it, and it is painfully complicated. Now, the other side of this conversation with looting is backpacks need to be looked at here too. In other video games, backpacks are the main source of carrying your valuable loot to whatever destination you need. Now, in this game, we have a ship as well, but a lot of our time is spent on foot. So we need the ability to carry more. But also, there should be more loot that's worth picking up that you can fit into your backpack. And maybe the new Pyro conflict zones are going to bring this. However, I'd like to see it more in the PU in general as a standard for FPS missions and events. Up next, we have the new personal hangars and the new hangars. If you don't know how it works in the new update, you get one personal hangar. That's going to be at whatever landing zone you choose. Whatever real money ship you've bought in, you'll get a hangar that designates with that size. So if you have an Aurora, you'll get a small hangar. If you have an 890 Jump, you get an XL hangar. But every other hangar in the game has changed as well. It won't say Hangar 1, Hangar 2, Hangar 10 anymore. It will just say your name and then large, medium, small, or XL hangar. So this is a big change for a lot of reasons. The new personal hangars are a nice addition, but the lack of a proper editing mode, and I didn't really expect there to be one, but it does mean placing items, tables, other decorations feels extremely finicky and unintuitive. I mean, surely we will have an editing mode for bases, right? Right? If not, every time you land or place an item and it desyncs, or you run by an item wrong, you're at risk of all your stuff flying all over the place. And sorry to say, that makes it feel a little cheap and pointless. Another thing that was a little disappointing and I would love to see in the future is some of these rooms on the side of your hangar should be empty so you can decorate them yourself. And one of these small rooms on the side has got to be a ground vehicle hangar. It seems so goofy that in an XL hangar or a large hangar even, that you have to pull a MPUV or a Dragonfly or whatever, run out to the middle, pull it off to the side, and then do that as many times as you need for as many vehicles as you need, and then pull up your ship, and then you can load them on. Along with that, maybe you could earn upgrades to your hangar, a shooting range, maybe a small medical bay, maybe an arcade room, or a sim pod that could connect you to AC. And this kind of customization could be things that CIG sells, or it could be in-game rewards for high-level missions or reputation. And the last thing I want to touch on is the armistice zones. CIG has decided to remove them from all hangars, including personal hangars, giving the power to hangar owners to shoot intruders on site without getting a crime stat. If the intruder isn't killed, they are teleported out in 10 seconds. Might sound awesome, right? Here's the only problem. Once you're on the elevator on the way to the hangar, there's no stopping it. Then the armistice ends the second you arrive to the hangar. Now, if I'm the intruder, I have 10 seconds before I'm teleported out. In my mind, the only gameplay that can come from this is a person being followed to their elevator, the other person spamming one till their gun draws, murdering them, and then rinse repeat. I am all for criminal and PvP gameplay, but this just feels like the worst of two worlds. Why not just take the teleport out of all hangars but personal, allowing players to face the consequences of getting caught? Or just not allow intruders at all? Because I don't know about you, but I for sure think these teleports should not exist in Pyro. And the last thing is the new cargo and trading missions, which so far I like. I have done the cargo moving before this update for totally legal reasons, definitely not a pirate, but I like it. I feel like it fits with Star Citizen, and I'm going to be checking out more of it in 3.24 PTU over the next few weeks live here on YouTube. So make sure to swing by if you have any interesting thoughts on the patch, or leave a comment down below. Thanks so much again for supporting the channel, and until next time, this is Berks signing off.